Hey, what's up? This is Cobrajin here. Gonna do something different. Turn this on for a second while I get ready. And then I'll turn it back. So yeah, I've watched the first... You know what? I don't need these voices, so I'll just turn them off. I watched the first 3 episodes of Ahsoka, and I thought they were really good. I watched, Yeah, it's never gonna be quiet for me here, so I guess I'll just mute the mic whenever I can. But I watched the first 2 episodes. I usually like to wait until a show fully drops. Is way more my style, and I think it's what a lot of people prefer. But shoot. Just realized I'm missing something. So what else can I use? That sucks. So yeah, I like to watch a show like the whole thing at once. I don't like that Disney Plus does the, you know, at best we get 2 episodes as a premiere and then weekly releases. Just gives people a bunch of time to like complain about it, when really half the people complaining about it are only doing so because it gets them clicks.
Arthur.
I thought I turned those voices off. Alright, whatever.
Everything all right, Arthur?
Yeah, everything's fine. Don't talk to me. What is this? Dialogue balance, huh? You know, just leave that at half. Alright. Anyways. So I watched the first 2. I thought they were freaking awesome. I gotta say, I'm a pretty big Ahsoka fan. I think Rosario Dawson's portrayal is amazing. I know at times she's quiet and it can be slow and seem dramatic and stuff, but like, I mean, Ahsoka was loud when she was younger, but she's a lot older now, and she did have, I think, some of the facial expressions and the quiet pondering and everything. I think Rosario Dawson freaking nails it, and I just kind of lose it sometimes just seeing Ahsoka done that well. And so yeah, there's gonna be spoilers. I'm gonna have I'm gonna try descriptive audio on it, and oh my god, wish I could close my window, but it's too hot. Yeah, I'm gonna try having descriptive audio on, so it's gonna sit there describing what's going on. And then hopefully if I stream Red Dead and just have it explain it, and I'll explain it, but that, I feel like that is going to help me. Trip over a bunch of names and everything. It's going to like read the crawl at the beginning. It's going to describe things. Like, yeah, I'm really interested to see how it goes. I'll totally mute the audio from Red Dead. I'll just have it for the... I wanted something that I basically don't have to pay attention. It's just for the scenery, something chill that wouldn't distract me. And actually, I've been meaning to turn this game on because I never really gave it its fair chance, and I know it looks freaking awesome. It just looks like it takes a lot of time to figure out and learn all the little neat quirks that are in it. I wish I just kind of, I don't know, I guess it's fun to figure them out, but... Arthur. Alright, so I turn that on. I'll be ready quick. You gotta stop talking to me, man. Don't make me move seats. Just so you'll shut up. Alright. Gotta find a place that still has good lighting. There we go. Don't have my proper streaming set up here in the camp. It's roughing it here, you know. This is tough. This is trying to be an influencer, well, or a social media person while being surrounded by icebergs and living in the Wild West is not very easy. Crazy bastards. So I got a pretty cool setup here. I got I'll stream Red Dead to have my commentary and have the mic on, and that'll also pick up the descriptive audio. And then I got the Disney Plus will be playing on my Steam Deck, which is basically my little side screen. I like to kind of do a portable version of like a multi-screen setup. And then I also have my phone handy for looking stuff up if I need like a name of a ship or a character or something, so I don't sound like a tool. Because I am a pretty big fan, but that being said, I do have unclarities when it comes to a lot of you know, like it's taken me a long time to pick up a lot of like the Mandalorian lore, and you know, regardless of playing like KOTOR, despite playing those games and like watching Clone Wars and watching Rebels, it doesn't mean that I remember and take in and never forget every single little thing. So it's like the end of Rebels was actually pretty damn confusing, and yeah, I was wanting to get back to it, but I wanted to like rewatch Clone Wars to rewatch Rebels, and I gotta admit that is a pretty big task. Should probably just watch the essential episodes of Clone Wars. They have actually a good list on Disney Plus of just the essential episodes, so you can kind of skip some of the more kid-oriented episodes, some of the more episodes that don't really tie in, probably outside of small arcs, maybe even skip some of the less important arcs, because the show really is extremely quality Star Wars. I'd say just watch the whole thing, honestly. I find it funny that people complain that it's too much to take in, and then at the same time they complain that we don't have enough good Star Wars content to get into, you know? Like 3 bad movies come out, you know, half the series suck, and people, well, they're not to my liking. Somebody's gotta like them. But you know, like suck, and then people just act like nothing can possibly be good anymore, and that's pretty annoying. Uh, yeah, I liked Andor. I like Mandalorian still. I mean, I see what people are saying about season 3, but I think people just aren't huge on the Mandalorians. I think it's not super familiar with people, and people just like what they're familiar with. People aren't taking it for what it is, which is a good opportunity to actually get into a type of character and with heavy lore that has been involved in, like, you know, in KOTOR, in so it goes back to like the older Republic, and um yeah, like I said, I was really happy to learn more about the Mandalorians and for them to do that. And I do feel like some people, they, you know, they just want more like Luke and Jedis and lightsabers and everything. It's kind of like a typical thing. Anyways, I'm losing my train of thought a little bit here, but I got the vape. It's ready. I mean, I gotta admit, with it, like Kenobi, when I think back to Kenobi, um, all I picture right away is that actress who played Leia, and it's just her looking like a toddler running from Flea from the Chili Peppers, which should have been cool. It should have been like, I should have been happy that Flea was in, you know, something cool. That's just so Flea-like to have little cameos and stuff. That's usually cool, like Back to the Future, or I don't know, Back to the Future. I forget what else he's in. I think he's in all 3 Back to the Futures though. But yeah, I just picture that little kid like telling off Kenobi and like saving the day, and you know, telling. I get that Leia's got to be a strong character. Does that mean that she had to be outdoing adults as like a 5-year-old, both physically and mentally? I mean, that was forced empowerment of a character that's already powerful. I mean, George Lucas was going to make her the chosen one, if I'm not mistaken. That was the idea going forward, so... I mean, she took out Jabba the Hutt. Anyways, so yeah, there was some stuff that was really cool in Kenobi, and then there was some stuff, like, I like that they went really overboard, like they cranked up the Force powers, and I liked that. But then at the same time, it was just weird that he went from like unable to tap into the Force to like doing the coolest live action shit that he's ever done. And like, I like the idea they were having with like him dragging Kenobi through the fire, kind of like how he got dragged through the fire. Like, I think that's a cool idea that they had, but and I didn't rewatch this. Once was just enough. Or did I rewatch and just skip any scene with Leia? Nah, I forget. But I thought the Hayden Christensen stuff was cool. I like the old, the classic scenes they filmed, even with the de-aging. I thought that was awesome. Darth pulling back the ship was cool. Ripping it apart. But then again, it's like they had a cool idea but didn't really pull it off. It should have gone differently. Like, and I kind of forget this scene, but like, spoilers again. This whole thing, just spoilers, nothing but spoilers. Um, Reba, or whatever the hell her name was, when she tried to attack him, it should have been that she did it, and people have said this. It should have been that she tried to attack him while he went to like lower the transport that they were getting away on. Or maybe when he was getting the first one, and she goes up and tries to attack him, and he has to stop her, and then that allows them the opportunity to get away because he had just lifted or brought down another ship. And it doesn't matter if he's powerful, this shit still takes effort. It doesn't mean that he could just do it again while deflecting Reba. I'm just gonna call her third sister. Oh, Reva. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, that would have been really cool. They had such a good opportunity to actually give a reason why Reva would have maybe stood a chance. If he had been distracted enough with what he was doing, it would have also made it make sense that they got away in the second ship and that he wouldn't have been able to stop them. And it's just kind of shocking that they would have got like as far as they did, and nobody would have. Alright, good call. I'll get this shit going. I cannot close the window. It is too hot. Where's my cat? I can feel her. Okay. So I wonder if this descriptive... I'm not really sure how the descriptive audio is going to work. It's still probably going to play. The audio. Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't really care about copyright shit. I don't do this for money at all. It's not even something I think about. So I don't even know if it matters. Maybe I should just not worry. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm just gonna not worry about it. Alright, I'm gonna fire this up. See if I can get the volume good enough. So yeah, Ahsoka. Season 1, Episode 1. See if I can like it with a second view.
Light shimmers over a metallic logo of a word, forming an arch over the letters LTD, Lucasfilm Limited. Light sweeps over the helmets and heads of various CPO, a clone trooper, an astromech, and a Mandalorian. A red outline sharpens around a logo, Star Wars.
This is too much. I'm gonna have to turn it off, clearly.
Red text crawls vertically through the darkness of
But
deep
it can
space.
read this.
The evil galactic empire has fallen and a new republic has risen to take its place. However, sinister agents are already at work to undermine the fragile peace. A plot is underway to find the lost Imperial Grand Admiral Thrawn and bring him out of exile. Once presumed dead, rumors are spreading of Thrawn's return, which would galvanize the Imperial remnants and start another war. Former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano captured one of Thrawn's allies and learned of a secret map which is vital to the enemy's plan. Ahsoka now searches for the map as her prisoner, Morgan Elsbeth, is transported to the New Republic for trial. The crawl rises out of view among the pinpoints of light from distant stars. The ovoid prow of a ship thrusts into view, followed by a long section of its off-white hull
Classic.
with clean lines of blue trim running along the edges.
Yeah,
The
guys.
massive craft bears the golden emblem of the New Republic, its engines shimmering blue as it flies away from us. A different perspective of the passing ship reveals a glimpse of its bridge beneath a lidded canopy. On board, droids and uniformed officers man its various control stations.
Entering sector G38, Captain. A ship has entered this sector.
They're early.
It isn't home one.
Security alert. Comms. Ask them to identify themselves and transmit their clearance code.
Yes, sir.
In space, a shuttle passes over us, heading towards the much larger New Republic craft.
Ship approaching. Track distance mark 804, 6.72.
What's the word, Com?
I'm receiving their signal now, sir.
The comms officer wears a befuddled look.
They're Jedi.
Say again?
The signal is an old Jedi clearance code. They say they're here to see the prisoner.
Captain, who are they?
The captain glances at her, then musingly strokes his white goatee.
I'm calling their bluff.
He gets up.
Signal them to come aboard. I want to meet these Jedi. Have security meet me in the hangar. You've got the bridge.
Yes, sir.
She settles into his central chair and swivels its command console in front of her as the captain exits to a turbo lift. A wide view from space shows the small shuttle dwarfed in scale by the New Republic starship as it flies in towards an open bay. Now, the captain enters the hangar and joins a security detail that stands ready with an astromech droid. As the shuttle folds up its wings and comes in for a landing, the group approaches it, then stops a short distance away. They all wait with their hands folded behind their backs.
Okay, it's like, I love this commentary, but, it's too much at times. I can't, say a damn thing if I want to. Alright, so this all looks really awesome. Really like classic New Hope style vibes. And they do a lot of like throwback shots and angles and everything.
Thank you for allowing us to come on board, Captain.
Hail. If you don't mind me saying, it's quite a surprise meeting Jedi out here.
Our existence remains a mystery to most, Captain Hale.
I bet it does.
Put up his hand.
Put on a good show, but I don't buy it.
I don't understand.
You're no Jedi. Just some overconfident Imperial trash who just push their luck too far.
You're making a mistake.
And you, sir, should have surrendered when the Empire collapsed. Jacris, get RD3 to scan these imposters for identification.
Allow me to show you our identification.
I'm too distracted. I don't know how I'm gonna play the game.
You're right about one thing, Captain. We are no Jedi.
Okay, so I'm in love with these guys already. Very cool look on Master and Apprentice. Really interesting. Well, man, and that right there. Oh, man. This whole scene. Holy crap. He's walking down the hallway. It's just like Vader in A New Hope. Undoes a lock with the Force. Pretty cool, gotta say. Okay, so this is the prisoner. This is the chick that Ahsoka beat to get the Beskar staff in Mandalorian, I believe.
Balin, you are true to your word.
And well paid for it, Lady Morgan.
I heard this actor died. That is too
The
bad.
Jedi who captured me seeks the map. She knows about Thrawn.
Who is this Jedi?
Ahsoka Tano.
Apprentice of the Chosen One. Survivor of Order 66. Part 1, Master and Apprentice. Man, I love this shit. I don't get what people are hating on. It looks amazing. You know, I could turn on the description for this.
Wide, dusty aisle between the skeletal columns of pillars. Dead ahead loom the remnants of a towering statue of a cloaked figure. The lone trekker passes under a crookedly toppled stone beam and enters a plaza dusted with dark sand along its perimeter. An ornamental disc marks the center of the tiled floor.
The lone
The
trekker
figure
is
crouches down to it and puts a
Ahsoka.
hand on the ground. She wipes dark sand away from grooves and markings around the disc. Two striped headtails draping out from beneath her loose hood, she rises back to her feet. Her face comes into view with its orange skin and distinctive white markings. Pulling back her hood, she reveals herself as former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano. She draws her lightsabers and ignites their white blades into the ground. Using the Force, she guides them around in a circular motion before drawing them back into her hands.
Yeah, that was totally
A
badass.
round slab of stone beneath her gives way,
Oh
and
my
she plummets
god,
through
she
the ground
looks
into
so
a dark subterranean
cool.
chamber. Landing on her feet, she waits for the dust to settle. She discerns a figure carved into a stone wall dressed in a robe. Bathed in a beam of light from the hole above, Ahsoka takes in the room around her. She finds a metal sphere inlaid into the wall, hovering between the open hands of another carved figure. Exploring the rotunda, she discovers a third robed figure also bearing a sphere. Ahsoka steps down from the chamber's terraced outer perimeter to a pedestal standing on its central floor topped with a brass-colored ring. Crouching, she touches carvings in the pedestal's smooth stone surface and turns her ear to it. She runs her hand up the carved series of curvy lines to a segment on top that includes the brass ring. She begins turning it, disturbing some dark sand caked between the seams until it locks in place. She places her eyeline just over the top of the brass ring. She turns it until the rud of a sightline indicator lines up with her gaze. Peering through it, she sees a metal sphere held suspended by one of the figures on the wall begin to shine. Ahsoka leans back and narrows her eyes. A smile touching her lips, she turns her gaze across the chamber and gets up. She crosses past the fallen and cracked stone slab directly beneath the shaft of light. The beady eyes of one of the figures carved in relief on the wall almost appear to watch her as she goes to a second pedestal. She turns the brass ring on its top to its correct position. The metal sphere held by another of the robed figures on the wall begins to twinkle with light. Ahsoka walks the perimeter of the central circle in the floor and goes to a third pedestal. She shoots a look across the chamber to the far side of the wall before crouching to the stone pillar. With her eyes closed, she runs her hands up the carved lines on its surface. She turns the dial on its top, disturbing some black sand between the seams. On the metal sphere hovering between the hands of the third robed figure, curvy lines crisscrossing its surface light up with a glow from within. With the slanted dial locked in place, Ahsoka lowers her gaze from the sightline indicator. She rises to her feet and watches the pillar lower into the floor. A new three-petaled pillar rises from a similar engraving at the very center of the chamber, with a cylinder of hardened black sand protruding from its top. Ahsoka carefully approaches it. She studies the dark, 2-foot-tall monolithic cylinder at the center of the 3 stone petals. With delicate movements, she runs her fingers over its surface, then squeezes and begins to crumble away some of the brittle sand. A piece of metal glints from within the black shell. Ahsoka cups her hand over the top of what remains of the cylinder and gingerly dislodges more sand. She carefully removes the spherical metal object encased within and examines orbital lines and stars carved into its surface. Holding it in one hand, she brings it up to her eyes for a closer look, while raising the gauntlet of her other arm toward her mouth.
Yang. I found it.
This robot is voiced by David Tennant. That's so cool. I didn't even notice.
Ahsoka looks up, then crosses toward the shaft of daylight.
Just another
and leaps
David
straight
Tennant
up into the air.
fanboy.
Oak standing in her way. Ahsoka steps slowly toward it.
This all looks so
Stopping
cool.
again after a few paces, she curiously tilts her head side to side. The droid begins to march forward, carrying a tall electrostaff.
Come no closer.
She points a lightsaber.
Now, give it to us.
Us.
Another droid appears amid the ruins.
Us.
And another. And another.
Ahsoka turns her head and sees a third droid. The lead droid spikes its staff into the ground, which sends a stream of electricity crackling up its length. Ahsoka ignites her second blade in response. The other droids jump down from the ruins, followed by a fourth droid. Surrounded by her enemies, Ahsoka softens her knees into a calm, battle-ready stance. The lead droid stays put while its 3 cohorts close in on her. With her eyes on the leader, she cautiously moves backwards on her heels. A wider view shows a 5th droid now in the mix. Ahsoka stops upon reaching the hole she made in the ground and takes a steady breath. The lead droid twirls its staff and moves forward. Just as her foes reach her, Ahsoka drops into the hole. Her lightsabers cut the ground out from beneath one of the droids and send it plummeting beneath the surface. 2 others quickly drop out of sight as well. One of the remaining droids draws a gun and fires aimlessly into the dark underground chamber. Ahsoka leaps back out of the hole, slicing its blaster in 2, then exchanges blows with the leader. The other droid attacks her flank, but she deftly combats both of them at once. She slices the subordinate in half and decapitates the leader. 2 survivors reemerge from underground.
Well done.
Self-destruct.
Descriptive whatever. These are HK
Ahsoka deactivates
droids.
her sabers and takes off running.
Okay, so the planet's like covered
She
in some
dashes
kind of
underneath the toppled
gunpowder,
stone
and they've just set off their self-destruct.
Where are you?
I am above your position. Now,
A
Now,
starship descends above her.
I shall say now.
No, you won't. Keep going.
who's the companion now?
Understand?
A third surviving droid now kneels alongside the first 2. They
Boom.
self-destruct in a massive explosion.
What would you rather I did?
Just keep flying and lower the ramp.
Moving clear of the ancient city, Ahsoka makes a break for a boarding ramp as it opens from beneath the ship. The explosion engulfs the ruins behind her. As it closes in, she leaps up onto the ramp. The ship escapes the expanding fireball, which sends a shockwave across the arid
This ship is so
landscape.
cool.
Safely on board, Ahsoka joins a silver droid in the cockpit.
Alright, I'm gonna turn this off.
About that. Where were you?
I was keeping the ship at a safe distance.
If you didn't keep at such a safe distance, maybe we wouldn't have lost communication.
I am just following standard Jedi mission protocol.
Yang, the order doesn't exist anymore.
Ooh, yeah.
Nonetheless, I have my programming.
Next time, stay close. Watch my back.
That is the job of a Jedi Padawan learner, which I
Ha.
am not.
Okay, so you're no companion.
Anyway, I found it.
The map.
right where Morgan said it would be.
How did you get her to tell the truth?
Let's just say I didn't follow standard Jedi protocol.
Hmm.
This is Home 1. Do you copy?
Fulcrum.
Come in,
Nice.
One. This is Fulcrum. Over.
Copy. Incoming transmission. Priority
The
1.
tagline she used in
This is an
Rebels.
incident.
Yeah, I want, they're gonna make a Lego version of this ship. I want
Come
it.
in, Home 1. This is T6-1974 on approach. Over.
Copy that, T6. You're cleared for approach. Hangar 29, over.
Affirmative. T6 out.
We are tracking you, T6. You are cleared for landing.
Hera, nice. This is like Ewan McGregor's wife, apparently.
It's good to see you.
The actress.
And you.
Crazy.
Though I wish it were under more pleasant
She
circumstances.
looks awesome. I mean, it's not
I'm afraid we
perfect,
lost your prisoner. I prepared a briefing to get you caught
but it's
up.
growing on me after
Just
like
old times.
3 episodes. It's pretty good, man. Taking animated characters to live action, not the easiest thing. I think they're doing a bang up job.
Scuttled one of our new starships.
Zeb looked good.
Who are they? I don't know. They seem to have abilities like you. These days, there are few who can wield the Force.
Perhaps one of them was once a Jedi.
Possibly. Yang, make a copy of this recording. Run a match on their lightsabers. What's their connection to Morgan Elsbeth? I have known her to hire mercenaries in the past. Well, the investment paid off. They vanished without a trace. The day isn't a total loss. Star map? Not just any star map. This one holds the secret Morgan's after. Which is? The location of the last missing Imperial Grand Admiral. Thrawn. That's not possible. Thrawn died at the Battle of Lothal. His death was never confirmed. I started hearing whispers of his return, which led me to Morgan. She was a great ally of Thrawn's during Imperial rule. She knows something. And the secret is held in that map. If Thrawn survived, does that mean Ezra? I hope so.
Just hearing Ezra's name
Nothing is certain. Except our enemies believe that they know where to look.
makes me excited. Ezra's my boy. I don't know how Ezra wouldn't get people excited.
Okay.
It's
Let's
crazy.
take a look at this map.
We cannot show you the map. The device is locked, and the key to activating it has eluded me.
It's never a straight line with you Jedi, is it?
General, the Defense Council is requesting an update on the incident.
Tell them I'll be right there. You know who could help you with this? I do. Well, I'm not sure she'll want to help. She'll do it. For Ezra.
On this day, several years ago,
Nice. The thought, I believe this is. Yeah.
thanks to the heroic efforts of Commander Ezra Bridger,
Looks like it's
who
right out of
sacrificed
Rebels.
himself to liberate our world. This monument we dedicate here today stands in recognition of Commander Bridger and the rebel leaders who fought so valiantly on our behalf. May their courage and commitment never be forgotten. Here to say a few words is one of those rebel leaders, Commander Sabine Wren. Sabine Wren.
They got the painting from the end of Rebels of the characters looking like their cartoon forms as like a mural.
Get out there and say something.
What?
Cover for me.
And I think it looks amazing.
While we wait for Commander Wren's arrival, allow me to introduce Senator Jai Cal, who will share with us some words of wisdom. Senator.
Yep. Thank you, Governor Azadi, for that introduction. I would like to thank you for your support.
Security, I want a full perimeter sweep. Sabine Wren.
Although there's much work,
Find her now.
the Republic is still finding.
Yeah, I love that this show is paying so much tribute to Rebels and Clone Wars. Maybe that's not gonna do it for some people, but like, holy crap, man. Why not? Alright, so Sabine's just out on some scootery racer thing. They're going after her. She's gonna be a badass, all like Maverick style.
What do you want, Porter?
Governor Azadi's looking for you.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
Well, you're missing the ceremony.
Oh, that was today.
Thought you'd want to be there. It's a big day for you, hero.
Yep. Well, it's not wrong.
All right, look, Commander, I have my orders. I'm gonna need you to pull over.
Well, here's a new order. Get lost.
Can't do that.
They're on a long highway. I think this was actually in Rebels. This long pathway, I'd all have thought. And he's pulled in front, parked sideways. And she's accelerating. Of course, she's going to do some fancy move and just slide under him. Oh my god, look at her. Whatever. It's,
What's she doing?
Commander, stand down.
honestly, the whole thing still looks pretty sweet.
Is she gonna stop?
Sabine, stand down.
She's not stopping.
Sabine.
She's crazy.
Alright, anyway, so it's trying to establish that Sabine is a bit of a rebel. Doesn't follow orders very well. I don't believe any of that is out of what was already established for her character from Rebels. Like, literally, Ezra found that thing in that little Lethal cat, or whatever it is. Pretty sure he found that thing in Rebels. Then everything. You got Ezra's helmets in the back of the room there. His stormtrooper helmets that he collected. There's Sabine's Mandalorian gear. What else? Oh man, this is badass. She just took out like a communicator. I did not expect them to bring any.
Hey, Sabine. I'm sorry for disappearing on you.
He looks amazing
I made this recording because
as a little hologram Ezra.
I need you to understand.
Like
As
amazing.
A Jedi,
Looks.
sometimes you have to make
Wow.
the decision no one else can. So that's what I did to defeat Thrawn. We've been through a lot. Grew up together in this rebellion. And we're not really family.
Oh man, awesome. Touch the back of his head. He's doing mannerisms and stuff, speech patterns and everything from the cartoon character.
I'm counting on you to see this through. May the Force be with you.
Ezra, my boy! Oh man, just gets me stoked just to see Ezra. Okay, what do we got here? We're back with the apprentice. This blonde, evil-looking chick. They're at the planet where Ahsoka found the map where the big explosion happened.
What was this place?
Oh, it's the night.
An ancient temple built by my ancestors. The Night Sisters of Dathomir.
You're a witch.
A survivor.
Getting Mother Talzin vibes.
There's not much left back there.
Man, this guy looks so
The
badass.
Jedi has the map.
Ooh, and now another cool character. The people are trying to guess who it is, and I don't know, I can't even get in on that. Trying to say it's gonna be like Star Killer or...
She has it.
Like, that's ridiculous.
What if she does? You're lucky.
Luck has nothing to do with it. Fate has decided our next move. Send this one to the planet Lethal.
Yeah, this Marok guy, he just stands funny and looks evil as fuck. He does kind of look like...
Do as she says.
Why Lethal? What thread is she spinning?
No, it's not witchcraft. Ahsoka Tano's former apprentice is on Lethal. You're looking for Sabine Wren.
I had forgotten that Sabine did any training, to be honest. I mean, I think it was minimal in the series. I do remember her having Ezra's lightsaber, because he was training her. She had the dark saber at one point. Am I being hunted in Red Dead? Man, Ezra's character looked frickin' spot on.
You missed the ceremony.
Was that yesterday? It slipped my mind.
You were missed, Sabine. Everyone was there.
Not everyone.
Greetings, Sabine Wren.
Hello, Hu Yang? Still in one piece?
Oh, yes. And still 75% original parts. Well then. I'll be on the ship.
You're gonna want to hear what she has to say.
I think I know how to find Ezra.
So she passed off the little map thing that's locked to her, hoping that... Oh, are they on the Ghost? Hell yeah, they're on the Ghost. I mean, this makes me stoked. Ghost and Phantom 2. Live action. What happened to the road? Oh.
You really think Ezra's still out there? Nothing is certain. However, our enemy is actively seeking Thrawn, which is what led me to the map. Where did you find this? In a world named Arcana. It was a stronghold for the witches of Dathomir. Thousands of years ago. Witches. Great. This is getting more exciting by the minute. I take it these patterns have meanings. You have the artist's eye. Tell me what you see. Well, no one would design a map you couldn't read. There must be a key or codex of some sort. Perhaps this will help. This is a scan.
Alright, I can turn down. This dialogue is really not that important, so I can just turn that down, share a couple thoughts so I don't have to do it afterwards. I suppose some people would possibly find this boring, but let's be honest, that's how most people viewed Star Wars to begin with. There was like people that majorly liked it, and then there was like people that laughed at the people who majorly liked it because they thought it was just boring, silly. You know, it's the fans that took it so hardcore and let it be something that meant so much more. And for me, like, my attachment to Ahsoka already at this point now, just what her character stands for and what she went through with the Jedi Order and just the corruption, seeing the corruption of the Order and having to get out of there and feeling, I don't know, first feeling betrayed by the Jedi, feeling betrayed by Anakin, and then leaving. And okay, Sabine's asking to take the key. This is kind of silly. Obviously it's not a good idea. This is the key that has the location to find Thrawn. They know those other people are looking for it. This is kind of obvious that Sabine's just gonna take it and take off, and that's what happens. But whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think the idea of going to Thrawn, going this angle, like, these are all really established characters at this point. People are probably going to complain that this is pushing, like, female roles and everything, but Rebels, I mean, you literally had Kanan and Ezra, the two Jedi on the team, and then Zeb was like the big bodyguard. So, you know, that was a male-dominated team, and the two men literally sacrificed themselves. Ezra to take out Thrawn, and oh god, what was Kanan against? The Inquisitor? Or Vader? No, it wasn't Vader. Must have been the Grand Inquisitor, maybe. Ooh, they're looking at the lightsabers.
To build a lightsaber at the temple.
They're analyzing the holograms of the lightsabers to try to identify the Jedi's, past Jedi's.
I do not recognize. But this one, in the last 500 years, I've only known one student who built a saber such as this. Balin Skoll. He disappeared at the end of the Clone Wars.
I didn't know this name.
A master and an apprentice.
That would be my assumption. If both trained in the Jedi arts, they will be formidable adversaries. For you alone. Of course, you may not be alone for much longer.
Maybe. Thank you, VA. Sabine, you're going to want to hear.
Of course, she's gone. Alright, so I believe I can turn it down again. Sabine is leaving Lothal, looking quite proud of herself for fucking up. Oh, that doesn't look good. Oh, that's not good. Go, 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 go. Jeez, I need to... oh, God. Everything is not okay. What was that? That was a held up bridge. Man, I gotta learn this game. Alright, so the apprentice is already right on her ass.
Looking for a key, okay?
Oh my god. Well, didn't mean to do that, but it's done. Okay, so she's analyzing like a hollow map. Oh, of the location where the key was found.
I'm not sure coming here was such a good idea.
Sounds like it didn't go so badly.
She took the map off the ship when I explicitly told her not to.
Well, maybe she just needed some space to think.
All clearly, according to Lady Wren.
See? There you go. Everything's gonna be fine.
I don't understand why things have to be so difficult.
Well, considering your history, I'd say that's expected. But you and I both know Sabine gives you the best chance of reading that map.
You're right. Just wish she had changed a little. She's still just as stubborn and bullish as ever.
She's Mandalorian. You knew what you were getting into.
I thought I did. Things didn't turn out the way either of us wanted.
Mentoring someone is a challenge. I bet your master found you difficult at times.
Anakin never got to finish my training.
Oh, I love this.
Before the end of the Clone Wars, I walked away from him. And the Jedi. Just like I walked away from Sabine.
I'm sure you had your reasons.
Sometimes even the right reasons have the wrong consequences. What do we do then?
Okay, so she's back looking at the map again. I can turn this down. That was amazing, though. Holding herself accountable for walking out on Anakin when he needed her, and then saying she feels like she walked out on Sabine too. And that being like the realizing fact of why she should give her another chance. That's pretty damn good motivation. Legit. I mean, this is all so well established in from Rebels and Clone Wars. Ahsoka sees Anakin. Vader. I don't know if it's the first time, and oh man, she slices his helmet, similar to what they redid in Kenobi. But yeah, she slices his helmet and sees his face. It's like the first time you see, I think, that we ever got to see Anakin's face like that. It was almost like we saw a brief piece of him for like a second, and he literally says to her something like, Ahsoka, like, why did you abandon me? Oh man. Maul's there too at that exact time, trying to make Ezra his apprentice. Yeah. Unbelievably cool shit. Alright, so she's tinkering about and figuring out this key. I don't know, it's just kind of annoying that like some people are gonna call this out and like, ooh, Jesus. You know, they're gonna be like, oh, another key, another map, another looking for this person. It's like, these are, I just don't really get what people expect. For me, this is pretty much the most exciting thing they could have tackled. Finding out where the hell Ezra and Thrawn went, because it was so confusing at the end of Rebels. I mean, like, I gotta rewatch that and try to figure that out again, because... Okay, so it looks like she just got it opened up. Yeah, it's a galaxy map. And then it shows that there's a pathway to another galaxy.
This is it.
Which I believe is where they're gonna head now, is like another galaxy. Like, that sounds exciting. Possibly. And again, people wanted like new stories and stuff, so they didn't like what they did with the old characters.
Going on a trip?
Okay, so now she's getting attacked by HK droids. Now this part makes me mad. She's fighting an HK, she's punching an HK droid, kicking it. Now she's fighting two of them. Okay, like this legit makes me mad. But not mad enough to like throw a tantrum and hate the show. I mean, these droids look so freaking cool. But she gave like 3 punches or something and like a kick and was actually fighting droids with her hands. I mean, that... yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, I need backup now!
So yeah, they got the map from her because, of course, they did.
We have a problem.
She's grabbing her lightsaber. Ezra's green lightsaber. Ezra's first one was a blue one that was a blaster pistol lightsaber. Oh shit.
For this. That's too bad.
Apprentice. Oh, Sabine drew first. Nice. Okay, so this part, again, is a bit much. So Sabine is completely untrained here. It doesn't, so we don't get like an epic fight. Really, it's pretty hard to understand why this apprentice doesn't work her here. But you know, sometimes things do happen because of plot armor. Like that is in every movie. And then, these people are all just conduits for the Force, so she has had some training. She is a Mandalorian. She's not... And this all looks so awesome, though.
There.
I see them.
Bring us in.
Nice. Wow! Alright, so Sabine got impaled. Again, this is gonna be a people aren't gonna like this. It was off to the side on her lower abdomen. We're not talking mid-chest here. It was not a Qui-Gon shot. And that's dedicated. That episode is dedicated to, I believe, the actor who plays the bad guy. The ex-Jedi, possibly. Alright, so yeah, Sabine got taken out, which is what should have happened. She's gonna survive with, you know, she got impaled with a lightsaber, so that bugs some people because obviously there's been times when people get instantly defeated by lightsabers, although there's times when that doesn't happen too, like Dooku gave Obi-Wan 3 little nicks that one time for fun. You know, it's not like he just it's not like his limbs instantly evaporated because he had been touched with the lightsaber. It is kind of an instantly cauterizing thing. And they do have ridiculous, let's not forget that they have absolutely ridiculous healing technology in this universe. So yeah, I feel like those things do need to be taken into account. It's still, I don't know, I mean, couldn't she have like lost a limb or something? I suppose it couldn't really be a hand. It's just, yeah, to impale or like, I don't know, man. So yeah, not a super exciting episode, but it is the first episode, so I don't know, maybe you have to be like a fan of these characters already, or be willing to give them a chance, because if you're not a fan already, then you probably weren't willing to give like Clone Wars and Rebels a chance, and those shows are top-notch Star Wars content. So especially Clone Wars, I guess I would have to say, but then Rebels has its highlights, yeah, that I feel like even the casual fans would enjoy. But I don't know. I don't understand how there could be just nothing but. Now, I don't like watch the videos online, but I just see the typical like thumbnails and the typical video titles, and I just feel like everything just gets called out and torn apart, and I don't like, where is the love at from people? I think people are just eager to complain about stuff. Hopefully there's a lot of Clone Wars and Rebels fans out there that are gonna appreciate the hell out of this. I have no idea where it's going. I have no idea if Ezra's gonna be a part of this. I mean, Thrawn's obviously gonna be there. Okay, so they bring back all these Rebels characters that are awesome. First off, you already have Ahsoka. Amazing main character. One of my favorites at this point. So that's a 10 out of 10. Then you got the Phoenix crew, the Rebels being brought back in, of Hera and Sabine. That's super cool. I mean, I know it's a lot of chicks, really, but it totally makes sense. They were together during Rebels. They did help each other out during Rebels. They met up with Fulcrum and built a connection there. And So yeah, there's your your main characters there, and Chopper's gonna be in it too, and he is awesome, such a sassy little droid. Freaking love Chopper. And I mean, I love these two. I can't wait to find out about these two people with the orange blades. I gotta learn their names. And then Marok too, or whatever that other dude is that everybody's wondering who he's gonna end up being. Some people are like, is it Ezra? Is it Starkiller? Is it... People are getting pretty excited about it being Starkiller. That just seems great. No. I don't even know. That would scare me, because I don't... It would just be some, like, pale version of it, I think. Kind of like a Deadpool in, like, Wolverine Origins, or X-Men Origins Wolverine. You know, I feel like the idea of it would get people excited, but then the execution would probably make it so it was just a bad idea. Although he looks cool to begin with. I'm getting like Vanitas vibes from Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, those three characters and the apprentice, those three characters seem really cool. The enemy seems really cool. The fact that he seems to have this weird like logic. He's not just like a murderous, you know. He gave that first guy a chance to just cooperate and hand over the lady who's gonna end up being a knight, like attached to the Night Sisters. That's freaking amazing. Seeing the Night Sisters be brought into live action now. We've seen them brought into, like, there's the one Night Sister in Jedi Fallen Order. Or Jedi Survivor, I forget. Night Sisters were huge in Clone Wars, obviously. Asajj Ventress. Or Ventress Asajj, however it goes. She's an absolutely amazing character with an amazing arc. Her connection with like Obi-Wan. And then I think Quinlan Voss, I think, is the Jedi that she like fell in love with, and I don't know, they were like using each other. He was using her to get at Dooku or something, and then like Quinlan gets turned to the dark side, and then he actually goes like back to the Jedi, and they accept him back, and then God, I don't know. Ventress gets killed. Does she? I don't know. It's a crazy story, a tragic story. I'm trying to get revenge on Dooku. Both of them. But yeah, she dual-wielded, Ventress Asajj dual-wielded curved hilts. It's kind of like Dooku-style hilts, but one in each hand. It's an absolutely badass character. So yeah, I was just admiring the characters that are already in the show. I suppose if people are just looking at it like, oh, it's a bunch of chicks that are all pulling off all this amazing stuff and surviving things that should have killed them and everything, I guess that would be a strange way to look at this, because I think it's happened naturally here in this show. I think these are already like fan favorite characters. I don't think the fact that it is an 80% female crew at this point, I don't think that should be a sign that this is going to be completely like 2023 political correctness, you know, every tear down men, build up women type of thing. I really don't feel like that's what we're looking at. Not yet. We're going to have Hera has her son Jason, who she had with Kanan. So he could be, I don't really know what happens with I think his name's Jason. Jason Syndulla. I don't know if he's going to be force sensitive, so he could end up also being a Jedi, and then you got Ezra, who could end up coming back. So we could end up having like Sabine, Ezra, and Ahsoka, and then potentially a rising star in Jason. Like, that's... I don't get how that's not... I don't get how anyone isn't excited by that. This is just some dude watching me. This is funny shit. Man, this game looks hilarious. I want to get into it. Like, get lost in it. To the point that I don't want to turn it off, and it keeps me up at night. I don't feel like these sheep mind I'm here. Like, they look a bit... They're excited, but, like, I feel like they seem happy. I mean, it's the sheep that's not in here that doesn't seem very happy. So, yeah, I think the visual effects are making dark lighting thing that's happening, which really helps the animated characters look a little bit more realistic when you add more shading onto them. Kind of helps the transition. Yeah, I don't know what else to say right now about it, but after rewatching that episode, I mean, not the most exciting episode, but man, does it like pull you in environmentally and visually. I mean, even this ship, I'm looking at the ship that the two were driving. It's got an Imperial style window on the front, and then it goes down kind of like the Tiberian or whatever shuttle, Imperial shuttle. So it kind of looks like a Imperial Sith transport or something. There we go. But yeah, I want that thing in Lego too. I bet that's a rad piece. I bet it would look good with like the wings down. Bet it would look amazing. I'm gonna get it. I already ordered my Ghost and Phantom too. I wasn't going to at first because it was decently pricey. The cheaper set. I'm not sure if they're doing a 19 plus for Ghost and Phantom, probably. But yeah, and then I saw somebody review it, and I was just like, alright, no. I freaking love the Ghost. I mean, that was such an exciting moment in Rise of Skywalker. If you were to ask me to pick a highlight from that movie, I would say it would be knowing that the Ghost is one of those 300 ships that showed up at that battle at the end, or whatever. And I'll always remember that super nerdy guy who was crying online. I'll always remember watching him react, and just like, I loved his reaction, just how into it he was. And he picked out the Ghost like right away. He was just like there was like 300 ships on the screen, and he's just like, oh my god, oh, like he's pretty much orgasming over how much he's enjoying the damn trailer for Rise of Skywalker. And then yeah, all these ships come on, and he's like, the Ghost! The Ghost! And I don't know, man. He got credit with me in that moment for appreciating the Ghost that much, because it's an iconic ship at this point, if you let it be, and if you took the time to get into this content. It's driving me crazy to know there's so many people out there that aren't taking the plunge to really give this stuff a chance. It's freaking worth it. Some of the books are even worth it. I mean, I haven't read them, but I've heard really good things about the Thrawn books, And I watch a lot of videos online that constantly quote the Revenge of the Sith novelization and how much more you get out of that. You get like internal thoughts and internal intentions and other stuff that just wasn't there, like, oh, what happened to, like Yoda's lightsaber or whatever. You get, it's like, oh, Mace Windu did know this, or this person actually was aware, or like, yeah, you get stuff that was not in the movie. And then I hear nothing but good stuff about the Thrawn books. I think it's funny, I see him in the preview for Ahsoka, and I don't get how I haven't seen anybody yet say that he looks like a blue Elon Musk. Like, I can't be the only one who thinks that it looks exactly like Elon Musk in blue face. Oh, but I have not seen somebody say that yet. And then again, I haven't been clicking on the videos of people just trashing the show because I'm tired of that. I'm tired of people complaining they're losing viewers and stuff, and then all they do is sit there like trashing on stuff because it's the only viewers they can get is people who want to listen to somebody just trash on stuff. Yeah, I think the people that support that culture at this point, just pushing the hate because that's what gets you views and stuff, I don't know. I think I'm losing my thought here, but I think I'm losing my thought. I've totally lost it. It's gone. Gone. Those fence posts look good. Yeah. Look at that shit. Some of the hay looks good too. I'd love to see what this game would look like on like a PS5 version, but then at the same time, my PS4 struggled to play this game, and my PS5 can actually do it without sounding like it's dying. So, ooh, nice scene. Yeah. Wow. Wow. I mean, I come from the like Star Wars Episode 1 racer era when you had to get a expansion pack for your N64 just to be able to make it load things, like normally the fog would start 50 feet in front of you, but if you had the expansion pack, the fog would be rendered to like 75 feet or whatever in front of you, which wasn't really good enough when you're going 700 miles per hour or something. But yeah, I come from the fog era, so to look out like the scene we just had there and see that much stuff that far away all at once, I have an appreciation for it. I have an appreciation for this game running well and not killing my system. But yeah, the people promoting that hate, I think the thought I was trying to say, they get mad about how woke politics and everything are being injected into all the creative processes and complaining about how it's ruining stuff and everything. But I just think when they're going out and earning their clicks and everything just by adding to the culture of complainers who can't be happy with anything, it just, opinions are contagious. When people hear that stuff and they hear other people ragging on it, the people ragging on it might not have even been passionate about it at all, but then other people can hear that and it like just puts that seed in your head and you're like, yeah, you know what, maybe it was crap. I just don't think we need to be encouraging each other to not like things. We gave things more of a chance back in the day. people watch Star Wars more than once before they form their opinion on it. They probably weren't a huge fan of it until, a few watches. And at least for me, I wasn't there for the theater of like 4, 5, 6. Special edition I was. Yeah, I don't know. Just trying to tear them apart, saying they're lying about the numbers and lying about reviews, and it's just like, holy crap, just wait and watch the show, man. Like, anyways, I like Ahsoka. You should check it out. This was a kind of hectic and choppy beginning video, and I didn't get to keep the gameplay going because I realized once I started going how difficult that was going to be. I have no idea if having that audio playing was just going to get this whole stream like blocked from even happening. Maybe. But I believe on YouTube you can share, I don't know, like with comic books, as long as you don't share the entire experience or whatever. So like you block the captions, and then you're not giving out the experience of reading the book, so it's okay, and you don't get nailed for copyright. You can show the whole comic, just block the captions. Hopefully that's like a similar thing here in the audio playing. It's not individual scores and songs on the soundtrack could anyways. So yeah, I'll probably like have a look at that. I bet it's really chaotic with a brutal start and noise in the background and just very unprofessional. Oh, I just do this for fun. Yeah. But yeah, I think I might do, and I'll do less of a intro and everything. I'll be ready to go, but I'll probably do episode 2 and 3 because yeah, it'd be fun. But I do highly recommend that people check out Ahsoka for themselves and not watch any videos of people that are gonna like tell you to hate it before you just check it out yourself, because that's yeah, it's silly. There is no need to dislike every female character just because of what we've been given in the past. Let's save that for what was that show, like Acolyte or something that they're talking, or that I heard about. They're trying to say like Rey's gonna come back and have an apprentice or something. Oh man, that's super brave of them. Nothing that they've tried to really do attached to the sequel trilogy has worked. Star Wars Resistance was like the only show that didn't really catch on. And honestly, like, I look at it and see BB-8 on the front, and I'm just like, oh, okay, it's gonna be that era. And I literally, like, don't watch it because of that. Like, I have no interest in putting any more time into that. It was its own thing. And they'll know that because nobody wants to invest any more like time and money in it. It doesn't sell toys and stuff. It doesn't sell the Lego. It doesn't sell the Black Series action figures. It doesn't sell... I mean, it sold lightsabers with Kylo Ren's, but... I mean, they're still making money off of old merchandise for stuff that's actually popular. But yeah, check out Ahsoka. I couldn't even give it a rating. I just screw a rating. I think people just need to be more open-minded. So check it out. And if you check this out, why'd you do that? This is some unprofessional, brutal stuff. But thanks anyways, especially if it encouraged you to go check out Ahsoka, because that's why I did it. And maybe next time I do this, it'll be a bit more you know, smooth looking. This shot here was nice, actually. I'm kind of mad that cut away. This was a nice little outro here, because I'm not going to put myself on camera. No interest in doing that, but this is awesome. Just an avatar sitting on a freaking horse in a pen with some sheep that are like trying to play. Oh, dude. Alright, see you next time.